so many leaves. Anyway, so when we first bought this house a little over a year ago, the initial plan was to make this unfinished storage area in the basement my office / YouTube studio, eventually. And then I would just use our extra bedroom as my temporary space in the meantime. But as you can see, it's right next to my son's room, and he is super loud and a terrible nuisance.
Alright boys, here we have the idea.
Therefore, as a result, concordantly, over the past year I've been using this room, also in my basement, to make all my videos, which is now my son's gaming room. Which brings us to the room right behind me, which used to be our basement kitchenette that I turned into my official studio. And to be honest, I would have had it done a lot sooner, except for IKEA took about 5 months to get our countertops in. So to make a long story short, I'm not gonna even tell you what happened because it was brutal. What do you got going on there, Sammy? Huh?
I put my glasses on.
Oh, you got your glasses on. So anyway, the renovation took about 5 weeks from demo to where it is now, and this is how it all went down. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when I took off the wall paneling, there was no insulation behind the walls. And maybe where you're from, it's not a big deal, but in Winnipeg, it's cold.
Hey,
so
Dad,
insulation is a big deal.
Nobody cares.
You make a valid point.
That's the only kind I make.
Alright, so there you go. This is my brand new basement YouTube studio renovation. The biggest problem with the old studio is that it was just so small. So once I got all my gear in there and my computer desk and everything, it was not only really crammed, but basically limited me to like one shooting angle, and that's it. That's why I tried to design the new studio to be the complete opposite of that. Now, it's obviously not completely done because there's still a lot of decisions I have to make, like what I'm going to put on the walls or like what lighting and furniture and stuff, but the layout is designed so that I can have many different shooting angles with many different backdrops, like this or like this. And while these two angles are looking pretty good, I'll probably do more of a studio tour when I have the design more complete, and then I'll show you what gear I use and like why I set everything up the way that I did. But until then, make sure you check out my other videos on photography and video, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you next time.